Ready as you'll ever be?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Disaster. I should say welcome back because it's been like a month since we've done this. If this is the first time you are ever watching this, my name is Dan Bauer with Surf Pro the South Towns. I'm here with a very special guest, Nicole Braun. Special because we just got married about a month ago. Good morning, Andrea. How you doing? This is my we're newlyweds. This is my wife. Do you want to say hi?
Hi to all my fans.
And I asked her to join me. Usually when we do the show, and when we will. Morning. Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. Hi, Kathy. Thank you very much. The point of this show is I see disasters every single day. Nikki sees them every single day. Surprise, spoiler, we do work together.
Yeah.
And it's to give you guys a little bit of education, whether you're in insurance, you're in commercial property, you just own a home, whatever. A little bit of information to sort of protect yourselves. Thank you, Noelle. It's good to see you again. Thank you for hopping on. So before we get into all of that, I thought it might be fun to talk a little bit about our wedding and our honeymoon, and I thought Nikki might get a kick out of that too.
I was there.
She was there
for most of it.
So is that okay? I hope that's okay with everyone.
Well, I have not seen the photos beforehand,
okay,
so
these were not screened.
These are not screened.
We got married a month ago yesterday, so here's the ceremony. See, that's a nice photo.
Yeah.
That's me. That's you were there. I too was there. Mm-hmm. Cousin Chelsea up front doing the
officiating.
The dogs. Thanks, Diane. Good morning. We got Nikki. This is my favorite photo, I think, actually. Morning, Kathy.
Yeah, I approve of that one. Yeah.
This is Nikki with our dogs, Homer and Zeddy.
Mm-hmm.
And then a slightly less posed one.
Okay.
You don't like that one.
Well, I don't like my hair part on it, but so let's move on to the next one.
So anyway, we left for our honeymoon basically, I don't know, like 3-4 days after the wedding.
No, like 8 days.
8 days.
Like 8
it's
to
kind
10
of a blur.
days.
The last month has been kind of a blur. And we went into Canada and we drove to Toronto.
Yes.
Which was fine. The border guy was kind of mean.
He asked why we you couldn't find a flight out of New York. We're like, this is cheaper. So so don't ask.
Hi Maria, good morning. So of course the first thing we did, we were like very tired and we got off the plane. We couldn't get into our hotel, so we didn't know what else to do, but we walked over to the Eiffel Tower. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very little Statue of Liberty here.
Loved it. Loved the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. Of course we went to the Catacombs, which if you did, it's like 200 kilometers, I think, of, I have no idea what that is in miles, please don't ask me, of limestone tunnels where they basically put all sorts of human remains because they ran out of places to bury them in Paris. It's crazy down there.
It's supposed to be 6 million people's bones, and Louis the 14th and Marie Antoinette are in there. This is the 16th, whichever one.
Good luck finding them. And speaking of which, we went to their house.
Ooh, bucket list.
Yes, we went to Versailles. This is Nikki's house now.
Yeah, I live there now.
It's crazy. It's every bit as crazy as you would imagine.
Yeah.
I think, like, what did we saw the gardens, we saw their little tiny beds that they slept in, and they didn't even, thank you, Kathy, 124 miles.
Thank you,
kilometers.
Kathy.
Thank you. You're better than Alexa. Alexa could not help us.
No.
What else did we do? We went to the Moulin Rouge.
Amazing.
Yes, no pictures. They wouldn't let
no
you
clean
take
shots.
pictures, but it was crazy. It was, like, super high rent, and they did all these stunts.
Yeah. Beautiful costumes, beautiful sets, one of the best things I've ever seen. Yeah. If anyone goes to Paris, you better go to the Moulin Rouge. But the women there are topless.
Yeah, so I cannot show you any pictures of the actual show. But it was those. Remember the roller skaters?
Yes, there were 2 roller skaters doing incredible stunts on a table that was like 4 feet wide, spinning around and like doing flips and stuff. It was crazy.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee. Down in the office.
Yeah, Kaylee. If you guys are on the stream, Kaylee, who just commented, she's one of our new office administrators, and she's awesome, and she rocks, so say hi to her. Mm-hmm. If you work with us, you will work with her, and she will take care of you.
Yes.
But let's get to the main event, the Maldives. Mm-hmm. So they're right down here. I did not know where they were either. These tiny wee little islands. Here's like Sri Lanka and India and Africa, kind of in the Indian Ocean, middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So you get on this little seaplane here.
Mm-hmm. With all your luggage that's very carefully weighed, so you don't, you have the exact weight of everything has to be perfect, which was fun to deal with.
Yes. And then you get off your plane, you get this, like, White Lotus experience where you, like, walk on and everybody lines up and there's some dude playing a drum.
Yep.
And this is our backyard there. This is me doing my best Tony Soprano. So you, like, eat in your villa and you can go right down into the water and snorkel. Yeah. And over here's, like, the reef. And here's, actually, am I allowed to show this picture?
What picture?
Me in a bathrobe.
Well, you already did.
That's me. I was so excited. You just so there's all sorts of fish down there. There's like this grumpy fish.
Yeah, he was.
It was very, very active. Here's me. I didn't show that many pictures of you. I'm sorry, because you always had the camera. Some with this turtle.
Beautiful turtles, beautiful marine life.
Manta rays. This thing is like as big as a car, and it flew right over my shoulder. It was very terrifying. Morning, Kathy.
Beautiful.
Main event though is definitely this whale shark that we saw. So this thing is 20 meters long, and Kathy, how many feet is that? Huge, like as big as this.
Like, look at that person.
Yeah, it's like the size of its tail.
Back, like tail is like 5 feet.
And so you're like a foot away from it, and it's.
They're technically they're not neither a whale or a shark. They're the world's largest fish, and they're filter feeders. They feed on plankton.
And, there's someone's foot, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. We went twice, 8 hours on the boat to swim with it for about 3 minutes.
Dan, it's not 65. It wasn't 20 meters. I don't think it was 20 feet.
I'm gonna say 20 meters. I like that better.
All right. Well, Kathy Bell says that's 65 feet, and that's too long.
Kathy don't lie. We had a nice little beautiful moonlight beach dinner.
Yep.
I went in the infinity pool, and this is very Halloween. I look like a monster.
Oh, God.
Right when we left, they had some sort of parade with, like, this mummy.
Yeah,
and, like, this sad robot.
Maldivian night? Culture night?
I don't know.
We were leaving.
We will never know.
We were escorted away.
I'll never know how this sad robot paid off.
We won't know what sad robot was for.
Kathy doing full, like, Billy Fucillo huge. Anyway, that's the honeymoon.
Wow, that's it? Okay.
That's it. See, it wasn't so bad.
No.
I don't know. What do you want to say about it?
That I'll go back anytime with anyone. If anyone wants to go,
yeah, who's in?
Just tell me. I'll organize it. I'll go
She's
with
a very good planner.
Yeah. Bring your own snorkel.
That is a good tip.
Insider tip.
Okay. That's our honeymoon. I just wanted to share that because I was talking about it. We're going to get to the main event here. And are you ready for this, Nikki? Because I did not warn you about this.
What is it?
Hi, Jackie. Well, we're going to be talking about October.
Okay, one of my favorite months.
It's a good month.
Perhaps my favorite month.
We've already started to decorate for Halloween. Mm-hmm. We've already picked out several different costumes that we'll be wearing to several different events.
Yes, I always have to have at least 2 costumes per season.
And it's the first show of the month, so we're doing the disaster forecaster, which means I have all this data. It's like regional ServPro data, looking at what sort of jobs we're doing, what sort of disasters we're facing, to give us a sense of kind of what's coming next. And bad news for October, it stinks. Odor-related jobs, for some reason, and we'll kind of get into why in a second, go up by 500%. Like a huge leap in stuff that smells. And... Morning, Justin. How's it going? Odor is sort of a funny thing because it's like really difficult to deal with, and it can mean all sorts of different things. So, for instance, this was a business that we got called into, and they said they're just in like their offices in their cubicles, and one day they're like, it kind of stinks here. Can you figure it out? And there's no like special tool to deal with odor, like to figure out like what smells. There's not like a smellometer, except in Futurama. And so mostly what this entails is going in there and sniffing around. And because we have the tools and I guess the gumption to get into all these crazy places people tend not to go, we ended up in the ceiling where we found like multiple generations of mice were living up there.
Oh, sounds like our house when we moved into it.
Yes. They had set up shop in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And like
mice
lived
highways.
And died and had children and gone to college.
Generations.
And so we had to go up there and all this insulation was ruined. And because they had been like living in it, And we had to go up there and clean that entire ceiling out. I think it was like 2,000, 3,000 square feet of stuff that just had to come out. That's the sort of thing that happens in October because it starts to get colder and animals go into their winter homes and do their thing. And we have to deal with the consequences. There are other animal, I'd say, was probably the most common odor that you're going to deal with in October. This one is actually not animal made. This is human made. Somebody was hoarding animals, like one of those awful stories you hear on the news. Like we found 300 potbelly pigs, and this person lied.
There were pigs there.
There might have been pigs there.
You don't know. What was
I don't know what was there. I don't remember off the top of my head. But this was a situation where it was just in the house, in this barn, in the basement, just animals and animals and animals. And the ASPCA came in and got them out. But we had to sort of deal with the consequences of getting rid of all this debris. Because despite what people will tell you, despite what Febreze marketing will tell you, the only way to deal with an odor is to get rid of the source. And so a lot of this is just finding every little bit and piece that could possibly be causing an odor. Is it this yoga mat here?
Febreze is going to sue you, Dan.
Yeah, Febreze will sue me. I will be dead
in
before
jail.
dawn. And so this was a really significant October odor. It's not the only thing. I don't know if you remember this place, Nikki.
Is that a meat freezer?
It is a meat freezer. And I chose not to show you guys the really nasty pictures, but this happens all the time, and for some reason it happens in October. We dealt with this a lot during COVID, too, when people just kind of weren't checking on things, especially in businesses.
Weren't home, yeah.
And freezers would fail. And so this guy, he had this beautiful barn, actually. It was a really cool property. And he had built this freezer. There's 2 doors here, and filled it with meat from hunting and from farming. And it failed in, like, March, and he found out in, like, July. And then he called us in, like, October. And he was like, can you help? And I will not show you these pictures because I think
if you like gross stuff, just
you can email me if you want.
I
can talk to you about it, but you could. I just showed you this because all that spotting on the floor is like meat juice.
Ooh.
And so I did ruin a pair of shoes here.
Shots.
This happens a lot in October. So there's also normal stuff, like if you guys remember this fire happened in Amherst. You can see these are masks. This was that PPE factory that went out.
Oh yeah.
And so we went out. Not that much cleaning to be done here, believe it or not, because...
Well, it doesn't really look like there's anything there.
What we ended up doing, actually, was going and helping out the neighboring businesses here. All this smoke, all this fire, had filtered into them, and so we came in and cleaned the air. Fire, odor, another thing that happens a lot in October, especially in the winter months, you see more house fires. People are inside, they're lighting candles, they're getting spooky.
I love candles.
And... that happens a lot. So, fire especially is a really nasty odor to get rid of. A fire smoke soot, because it's not the sort of thing you can just like spray a little bleach, clean it off. It takes a little bit of know-how to know what's actually going to clean it and what's going to like rub it into your drywall so that it will never come out again. So this one was an interesting one. This was on the news, and it's always fun to be on the news.
Yeah.
But not for this reason. So, I guess that's the disaster forecaster. October is a stinky, odorous month. And I think the best advice that I can give anyone dealing with this sort of thing is, ideally not to let it happen. You can usually get ahead of these things before they get too bad just by being careful. Follow your nose. If something's starting to smell funky, deal with it before it gets worse, because... Like I said before, this is why Febreze is going to sue me. You can't just get rid of an odor by spraying something or, honestly, even just scrubbing the air most of the time. You need to deal with the source. You need to go and find the source, and there's nothing better for that than just following your nose and, honestly, being a little bit brave. Getting on the ladder, looking inside the wall or inside the ceiling. For us, inside our refrigerator condenser, for some reason, animals like to crawl. Us?
Oh, yeah, that dead mouse.
Yeah, that was not fun. Thanks, Maria. It's good to see you. I will send you some pictures from Paris. I know you were concerned about that. Not concerned, interested. We have a bunch more.
Yeah.
So be careful, really. And if you're in insurance and people are calling you because they want to put in like a homeowner's claim because something has happened, maybe it is a fire, maybe it's something that has led to odor, make sure that if we deal with it, if they deal with it themselves, that they are getting to the source of it, that they're not just Febrezing and air freshening and avoiding dealing with the core problem, because you will never ever get rid of an odor unless you deal with the source.
So when your cat got sprayed by the skunk, and we should get rid of your cat?
Yeah, we should get rid. Yes, I have a free cat for sale. No, I love my cat.
He's all right.
So that's Disaster Forecaster. Keep it 100. Keep it unstinky in October. Let's get to the main event here. The prize wheel.
Can I click it?
You can absolutely click it. So we always draw a prize. You got to be in the Serve Pro Mug Club to get your number on this wheel. And that means you get a mug, or in this case, I have water bottles over here. These get numbers on the bottom. I haven't done this one yet. And if I give you one of these, you register the number with me, you will be on this wheel. And if you're watching the show when I call your number, you will get a double prize.
This is a good water bottle. It's leak-proof.
And it has a straw.
Yeah.
It's good for the gym. It's good for just anywhere. Concerts.
The gym, yeah.
All right, you want to be our
clicking
clicker?
it.
She's clicking it. Uh-oh. Who we got? 121. That number is familiar. I feel like this person has won before. It's Travis Terranova. All right. Travis, I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if anybody from over at Terranova is watching, but you are our big winner this week. And I will give you a ring. We'll figure out how to get you your prize this week.
What is this prize?
We're going to give him a gift card.
Oh, okay.
Visa gift card. I think next week...
We're taking you to the Maldives.
Yeah, Travis gets to come on our next honeymoon. I think next week maybe we can do something Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I love Halloween.
I have no problem with it either. So that's our show. That's our prize drawing. Congratulations, Travis, on what you've done, which is putting your name on this wheel and getting to the Mug Club. And I'll contact you shortly. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for the kind words and the welcome backs. It's good to see you all. If you need to chat, you need anything's come up in the month since I've been gone, you know where to reach me. I am back in business, and I'm happy to be here. I was ready to come back.
Yeah, miss my dogs.
We did miss the dogs. They're in this room with us right now.
Yes, sleeping.
Sleeping in the same bed. It's actually very cute.
Oh,
and if I could move this camera enough
really
to show
cute.
you, I would. But just imagine it. For now. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you next week, unless you're at the Van Gogh thing tomorrow, and then we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Like and subscribe below.
All right. Bye, everybody.